The cloud. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the July 25th Learn and Earn with Molly Summer Edition, where we not only have this with the team, but we have this with our tribe. If you're part of the Onward, no matter what group for Avon representatives, this is what we do. This is a tribe atmosphere. I don't know what you get in other groups. I'm not part of a lot of other groups, but I felt led that said summer's here. Sometimes it can get a little bit slow. Sometimes it can get a little bit crazy. Some of you have been a bit discouraged. Some of you have been a bit down. A lot of you don't have uplines, or you're not in contact with your uplines, whatever that looks like. Or maybe, when you started, you didn't pick one. That's okay. That's okay, because my philosophy is we're all here to help one another. We are all here to help you rise. Okay. So make sure that when you're here, this is about, last time we got a golden nugget. We got ice cream shops. That's what we got. We got ice cream shops, leaving brochures at the ice cream shop because everybody happy when they get ice cream, and that's where they want to be. And I think that was the most amazing thing out of all the amazing things. I'm like, I am now zeroed in on every ice cream shop in Statesville, North Carolina. I'm going to make sure that they know. And we're going to get brochures out. And sometimes you can just talk to people, and then you get ice cream while you're there, which is always pretty amazing in my book if we can get ice cream. Andrea, I haven't even said anything. You got a question? Go ahead, girl. Give it to me.
No, I've got an idea that I want to do for my own business.
Okay.
And it's kind of along the lines of the ice cream in Avon, but I want to do donuts in Avon. We've got a look.
I'm all about donuts too. That's all good. I like me some donuts. We have duck donuts down here. I just need everybody to know duck donuts are really great.
But we have a local donut shop that opens at 5 a.m. And I thought about doing some kind of donuts in Avon to meet, like a greet and meet. Meet your local Avon lady, have some brochures, have some sample packs, a survey thing. Take one if they have. I don't know if they've got to where I can the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you'll have to check into that kind of stuff, for sure. But it's a great idea. No matter where you're at, it's a great idea. No matter where you decide to have it, it's a great idea.
I got to see if they got Wi-Fi to where I can hook my laptop up to it to where I can have it set on, my e-store if anybody wants to shop right then and there. But is there anything that I'm missing besides, brochures, a survey card, samples, or anything to meet your local Avon lady or any type of thing?
Well, what I would ask you is this. Let me throw this question back to you. I know we're all here to help, but what else do you think you need? Let's start there. Think about what you have on your list. Brochures, love it. That's great. Samples, it's a must. Absolutely. If you have a questionnaire there, that's great. A lot of people do that all different ways. That's all great. The most important thing about anything you do, any event you do, is just to make contact with the people. Don't be worried about whether you think everything you bring is going to be what attracts. You need to be the attraction. You need to be the person that they want to stay connected with you, because you are the person who cares. You're the person who wants to share.
Okay, so and on that note, should I do like a sign-in sheet to where they leave like their name and phone number to where I can follow up?
A lot of times what people do is they'll have questionnaires, which are in the Onward group, that talk about, do you have an Avon rep? Would you like to receive a brochure once a month or every campaign? And they fill it out. There's a place for their email. There's a place for their for their address, for their phone number. And I used to get people to fill them out because I had a free little gift basket that was there that I drew for at the end of the event. But it got you a lot of contacts. It doesn't mean they're always going to be customers or signups, but at least it gets the information. A lot of people will do this with a Google form. Not that we're going to talk about that tonight because that's a totally different subject, but that's been talked about in the Onward group. So make sure that when you go in there under the search, look under Google Forms, and a lot of times people will do that. They do it with the QR code. There's all different ways that you can do that. And Andrew also in my group is, he is a huge event person. So is Lyle. I mean, so many of my reps have had huge success, but what I love is they've had success all different ways. Amy, of course, who used to do markets on the weekends before the pandemic. And so according to who your clientele is, you're talking about donuts. So what happens is people are coming into their donuts. You're not trying to keep them in the store if they let you do this. This is about the quickest way that you can get their information, get somebody to stop by, because they're not coming in to see you. You're going to be an added benefit to it. So think about that. So you want to keep it simple. You don't need a whole lot of products. You don't need any of that. This is simply about you trying to make some connections. So I think that's number one.
Yeah, and I am a friend with one of the girls that work there, so I don't see an issue with me trying to be able to get in there.
Okay, cool. That's great.
But it's just a matter of,
and make sure you check out the chat too, because there's a lot of people who are putting the contact cards, little coupon, all of this good stuff, lots of good information in there. So make sure you check out what they have in the chat too. A lot of good ideas. Andrew, what do you have to contribute to that?
So she was reminding me of something we used to do a lot when I first started. We would work with a small business, set up a small card table, have some balloons, and to make it look like something's going on, to help attract business to the business that's letting us do that there.
Great idea.
We would have to agree not to sell anything, but we'd have a basket raffle with the slips to get information and leads, brochures, and a bunch of samples. But also what we would do would we would hand out breast cancer awareness packs.
I was just going to say that's huge. A lot of times that's what will get
that helped the business give us permission to do that because he wanted to be a part of that.
Yep. That will get you in the door for a lot of places. I have seen breast cancer awareness get people in front of Walmarts, because it touches base with managers. It touches base with so many people that, they don't want you in there selling. That's not the deal. But the great thing is that you could give stuff away. You could have a lip balm that you're giving away. You could have anything that you wanted to do, but a lot of times that will be something that will absolutely get you in the door, something like that.
The Kiss Breast Cancer goodbye thing. You get like one of those big trifold poster boards, and some sticky notes and lip balm samples or lipstick samples, and everyone kiss the sticky note and post it and see who has the best kiss to win a prize.
Yep, that's a good thing too. I know that was out for a while with with the pandemic. People are like, I ain't kissing nothing, nobody. I ain't being around. We ain't doing nothing. But I think people are pretty much settled now. So those are great ideas. So okay, let's see here. Who's got something? Who's not feeling? Yes, Andrea.
On that note, I could possibly do this on the month of October when we have National Breast Cancer Awareness.
You can do it whenever you want to, but October is a great time for that.
Yeah, but is there a fundraiser thing for the breast cancer awareness stuff, or no? That we have.
You can use any of that. You know, it's again, Andrea, you have one problem in this business. You overcomplicate. I'm gonna call you out right now. It's okay, but I'm gonna teach you how not to do that.
I overcomplicate everything.
I'm not. You are trying to make this perfect. I need you to know something. There is no such thing as a perfect event, ever. in 20 years, I have probably had 150, 200 events, and there are people here who have had even more than that.
Molly, this is my youngest.
Hi, youngest. How are you? Good to meet
This
you.
is Joe. He will be 10 on Monday the 31st.
Happy birthday to you. Oh my goodness. So my whole big deal to you, Andrea, would be take that idea, don't overcomplicate it, okay? And by the way, talk more about that in the Onward group. People can bring in a lot of ideas, and then you can pick and choose which ideas you like, okay? So we need to get back to the subject at hand, okay? Let's talk about this. I see people on here who I don't see your faces, and that's okay, but I love your faces, but it's okay if you don't want to show them to me. It's okay. I love you anyways, just like that. Hi, Miss Agnes. I didn't see Miss Agnes on there. I'm just seeing people now. Hello. Miss Tracy's on here. Hello, hello. Letitia is on here. Monica is on here. My buddy Monica. Hello, Monica. Good to see you. Let us see here. Who else is on here? Don't be offended if I'm muting you because you have background noise. I just got to make sure everybody can hear what people are doing. Let me see here. So I think I said hi to Miss Nancy. I don't know if she heard me, but hello, Miss Nancy. Carrie is on here. I see her. Good to see you, Carrie. If you are wanting to be in, I'm going to have a couple of drawings tonight, y'all. Okay. Or actually, I'm going to pick. I'm not going to lie. I'm not drawing anything. I'm not writing names down. But I have 3 gifts I'm going to give out. How do you get in them? In the chat area. If you're part of my team, hashtag team. If you are part of my tribe, hashtag tribe. You may not want what I'm giving you. It's free. Beggars can't be choosers. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. So hopefully you're going to love it. And if you don't, that's okay too. Let's talk about fear for a minute. I know it's a big one. Fear. Some of you feel like, oh man, you got this, you got everything, until something comes up that you're just not sure about. So my question to you before we get started talking about this is, what is it in your business that scares you? What is it that you wish, if there was one thing you could master, that you could be better at? What does that look like? What does that look like? And if you want to tell me, raise your hand. If you want to put it in, well, that one. Oh, okay. Yeah. Andrew says people not wanting to talk to me anymore. And Andrew, from knowing you for so long, I'm going to tell you I understand where that fear comes from. But maybe, Andrew, you would like to give us just a brief scenario here of why you feel that way, where that comes from, because I don't think you're alone in this.
Well, the most recent example was the that graduation party I told you about, where it wasn't even my plan to bring up Avon. But before even going, I was told don't bring it up, and don't bring your car with this saying Avon on it, because I guess people just are not interested in hearing about it in my circles. And it's like a lot of people will stop talking to us because of that. So it's hard for me to find the balance of knowing, when to let it go. But even with some people, just bringing it up at all, they'll shut you out completely. And I kind of feel like that's also because there's so many direct sales businesses out there now that they feel like I'm just like all of them, perhaps. I don't know. It just, and then the other thing that was interesting at the graduation party is other people would bring up Avon. It's nope, can't talk about that. Not allowed to talk about that. And they're asking like, why? It's like, talk to him.
Andrew, let me be clear. The people who want to talk to you, no matter what you do, those are your people. I need you to know that. And I know that some of this is family, and I get it. Our family's our family, no matter what. You're not alone. you're definitely not alone, because I'm here to tell you, if you think that I get support from my family after almost 20 years in this business, I'm here to tell you, some people, if you have support from them, count yourself lucky. But Andrew, you should never be ashamed of what brings you joy and what helps you pay your bills. And if people can't see past what they don't want to hear about because they want to be the person of the hour, then you know what? Shame on them. Shame on them. But I think that it's something you're going to have to work through for sure. Because if it's family people and people who come in, you're not going to get away from them. And if you're on their turf, truth of the matter is, they don't want you to talk about it. You've got to decide if you're going to talk about it. You're not going to talk about it.
I wasn't really even planning on bringing it up. I was going to do the same thing that I did at a graduation party the week before, where I only brought it up because someone else asked me about it. I gave them resources and said, well, follow up with me, or I'll follow up with you tomorrow and we'll talk more about it then. And that's what I was planning on doing, but there's like, nope. Nothing.
So I want to ask everybody to do this, and then I want you to put them back down. If you do not get the support that we all know that we all deserve, raise your hand right now that you want to ask a question. Raise your hand on here. That's right. Raise your hand on here. Yeah, Andrew, if you turn around, there are more hands raised, Andrew, than are not raised. That's the truth. And here's truth too. People don't get us. People don't get what we do. They don't understand. See, Lee told me this one time, and it made so much sense. They don't mean to be mean. There are people in this world who have a 9-to-5 mentality. They say you go to work at 9 o'clock and you leave at 5 o'clock and you get paid an hourly wage, and that's what you should do. That's what you do. So they don't understand. They don't understand somebody who would go and like, what do you mean you're going to do an event? You don't know if you're going to make any sales, and you're not going to come to our thing because you're out there building your business. They don't understand that. And it doesn't matter if you're a tire dealer and you're selling tires, or if you're an Avon dealer and you're dealing Avon. It doesn't matter. People just have, they just have this mentality. But the only person who has to be okay with what you do is you. And I'm not telling you that's always easy, because it hurt my feelings for years that people didn't get my mentality. And they didn't get why still, even with the problems that Avon's had and supply issues, I don't understand. Why are you still with that company after 20 years? Why don't you just call it quit, hang it up? Anybody would hire you. And I said, the reason I don't do it is because you don't get it. This is where I choose to be, number one. I'm not going to give up because there are struggles. I'm not going to give up because I'm not going to give up either because you don't get me. I know they're family and they should get you. But honestly, that doesn't mean they're going to. So, and by the way, they're not the only people out there in the world, because you got a whole group right here who loves you. And they are never going to quit talking to you, and they completely get you, which is why you bring those frustrations to us. So yeah, for sure. So my friend, you keep doing what you're doing, and you work, and you just get yourself around those people, because those people don't get what you're doing. Sue Ann, you've had your hand up for a while. What you got for me? You're gonna have to unmute yourself.
Okay, there we go. I'll figure out how to do that. So mine's kind of a two-parter. First, when it came to fears, I actually called my upline because I had to say, go guys, I'm trying to be on live. Go. This is my time. Bye. Okay. I want my numbers to match up. I know where I want to be. I want to hit Honor Society, but that's a major jump from PC in 365 days. Mm-hmm. But I now have 38 events between now and Christmas morning. So then I'm trying to break it down. Well, can I do it? And I'm doing the same thing with my recruits. Can I do this? Especially if I'm getting allocations and how many of those would work their business. To me, it became a numbers game. And my upline said something very strong to me. And she said to me, quit looking at the numbers. Just work. but that's what I'm doing.
Well, I think she has a great, it's kind of like people for incentives. People go after incentives and they drive themselves crazy trying to get to the end result of that incentive, whether that's a trip, whether that's money back with Avon, no matter what it is that they're offering. I can tell you there is one trip that I ever went after. And how long had I been in Avon? 7 years by then before I honestly said, this is what I want. It's after I found out Lee was going blind, and it was an Alaskan cruise. And in order to go on that trip, I had to be a senior executive unit leader. I had to hit it. And I had been fighting to hit senior executive for 7 years, not 7 months, 7 years to get to the numbers. Back then, it wasn't just about numbers. Now it could be a breeze if you got the numbers. You used to have so many unit leaders. You got to have this, you got to have this, you got to have that. You have to have all this stuff into place. And that one I went after. But every other trip I've ever earned with Avon, every other incentive I have ever earned, I had one motive: work my business like I own it every single day. When frustration wants to hit, work your business anyway. When your kids are sick, work around it anyways. When you're tired, when you get mad at Avon, whatever it is, because when you work your business, the goals will come. And they will come as they should, because you're getting too tied up into events. You'll never be able to predict events, no matter what you want to do. You have 38 events. You could have one that's a flop, and you could sell $50. You have another one that you could do, and it could be a $500 event. There is no way to base what those are going to be. But if you love events and that's what you do, you work the events, you get the customers in, you establish the relationships with the customers, and customers then are going to refer other. Before you know it, then you got people joining your team, whatever it may be. Honor Society is a big jump from President's Club, but it's very doable in a year. It's very doable in the year. If Avon puts the products in the box, it is very doable in a year. Many people did it. You know, I look at people who they get so caught up on the trips, and then I see those same people, and there's no judgment here because I don't even know if any of the people I've seen are in here. I watch people go after trips, and the big, huge thing is then I watch them sit in the in search of groups for the next 8 months trying to sell the products that they bought in order to earn the trip. Now, let me tell you the sad thing about that. You technically could have bought that trip probably cheaper than buying all those products to make that trip. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a fan of that. You can get mad at me. You can leave the call. If I'm going to sell a product, if I'm going to earn a trip, I'm going to earn it. And it's not because I have $8,000 worth of products sitting in my garage. That is not running a business. That is having a stockpile of product that now you're worried about expiration dates. How are you going to do it? I got to sell it for less. But oh, guess what? I got to go with Avon on a trip to Puerto Rico for 3.5 days. Come on, y'all. You got to get smarter than that. You got to get smarter than that. Is it about just the trip? And I'm not gonna, bash you because it's just about a trip. But how much debt are you creating for yourself instead of just paying for a trip you might want to go on? I need people to understand that if this business is going to work the way it should, then that means you have got to build relationships with people. We are in a people business. I know that but Molly, I want to run my whole business online. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't have a relationship with people who buy from you online. I mean, I'm just saying, what keeps them coming? The relationship is, what are you sending them? The relationship is, what are you offering them? The relationship is, are you using the tools that Avon gives us, the promotion tool, to send them something that you want to send them? Do you know that when you have a really, 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 really good customer, do you know that you don't have to send everybody in your I think people think that when they pick spend $50 with me and you're going to get this product for free. People are scared, and I get it, because if you're not Premier, if you're not President's Club, you don't want to do that whole like you get 20% off or 15. But you know, if you have somebody that you know spends 15, you know, for 15%, a $100 order or a $75 order, do you understand that if you sent them, they didn't order them that last year, you could send just that one customer that 15% off. And yes, you're taking the loss on that commission, but you're also letting that one customer know that their order, the orders that they place, that when they buy big, you really appreciate that. The tools that they give us doesn't mean you have to use them for every single customer. But you have to think outside the box, and the fear. Now, Sue Ann brought up a good point. She knows what she wants. Sometimes her goals scare her because she knows what she wants to do. And I don't think it's fear of the goal. I think it's fear of the failure of not reaching the goal. But Sue Ann, I need you to think about this. If your goal is $20,000 in a year, and let's just say you did 11,000 last year. I'm pulling that number out of the sky here. You did 11,000 in 2022. And in 2023, if you did $18,500, which still has you a President's Club, and those were righteous sales, do you count that as a failure when you have just obtained all those new customers and all those new sales? That is a win. It may not be the big hairy goal that's up here, but your win for saying, do you realize that you just had an increase of $8,000? We have to quit seeing wins just about titles. Honor Society does not even get you more money in your pocket. It does if you sell 20,000, but let me be clear. There is no extra anything for Honor Society. Your next bump in percentages is Rose Circle. Now, I don't know very many people who go from PC to Rose Circle in 1 year. I'm not saying it can't be done. I just don't know a lot of people who've done it. But what I know is if you're working your business every single campaign, and what the goal should be, I want 3 new customers every campaign. The goal should be, I want 3 new sales. The goal should be, I want to make sure that I'm intact with my customers who are here. The goal should be, how are you keeping your business steady and bringing in new business? How many brochures are you sharing? How many times are you giving out your digital brochure link? How many times? Because the only way to build is consistency of doing what you're doing and knowing where you want to go. Sue Ann says, I want to go to Honor Society. If she wants to go there, the breakdown is this, Sue Ann. How many people do you want to talk to a campaign? How many new customers do you want in a campaign? The big hairy goal of saying, some people say, I want a $200 goal. I want to do that a day. If your business is big enough, you can do that. You've been in business 10 years, maybe you can do that. But my deal is, if I only have 15 customers, I want to get to 20. See, from the day that I started, I have worked my business one way, and that was every campaign, I wanted 2 new customers. I know it doesn't sound like much. But every single campaign, I wanted 2 new customers. And every single campaign, I wanted one new recruit. You're like, but Molly, that doesn't sound like a big, hairy goal. No, but I completely understood where my life was and where it is now. And I know if I'm talking enough about what I'm doing, that in 20 years, I now have a customer base of 830 customers. I have a team of almost 600. And if I had everybody who was ever signed up on my team and hadn't quit or hadn't walked away or it hadn't fulfilled their need and now they're not here, I would have 3,000 on my team. It's not that I didn't meet the goal. It's that sometimes what people come into, it's not meant for them. It's not meant for them. I hope that makes sense. But if you want to build your business, and if you want to build a team, you better take a look at your own business first. What are you doing that shows that it's worth for somebody to come into this business? and say, wow, I want to be a part of that. Wow. I get that. Wow. I want to do that, because my first question to Mary Ann Penn when she bought me in was, what are you selling? Because see, I wasn't interested in team building then. I had no want to be a part of that. That wasn't my job. That wasn't my mojo. I didn't know it. Here I am now, but I didn't know it. I had to grow. I said, what are you doing? And Mary Ann she was a McConnell seller. And I'm like, what? How much is that? Because that's a big name. That's a big name to me. I don't know who that person is, but that's a big name to me. And when she told me what she was selling personally, I said, can you show me how to do that? She says, I can, Molly, but understand one thing, one brochure at a time, one customer. Do you know what's on the bottom of my sign on my car? Yeah. Changing lives, one brochure at a time. Doesn't matter if it's digital, doesn't matter if it's paper. That has always been my philosophy. And when it did not, did I meet my goals every single campaign? No, but it just made me work harder for what I was going after. So I hope that makes sense. Lori, what do you have for me? Oh, Lori, can't hear you, Lori.
Right.
There you
I
go.
may be cute, but I'm not smart all the time. Hi, Lee. Thank you for all you do for all of us. Thank you. One of the things I think is critically important for all of us is to be involved in our community and get our face out there and be known, which adds support and credibility to what we do. So for example, I asked the town that I live in, I'm going to be doing a tribute garden for the American Cancer Society for Strides on Labor Day weekend and having it displayed in a very prominent intersection. And I'm doing that for a multitude of reasons. I will be giving away something to everybody that comes up and buys a pinwheel and does a tribute for the garden. But the other thing is, when I walked in yesterday with my paperwork to the town, I talked to the woman I've been dealing with. 3 other people came in and said, oh, hi. And she said, oh, do you know Lori of Commerce? And so we could have an Avon lady there. So I think our participation in town with a smile on our face also helps people around us that see us know that we're really having a good time. If you're walking around not doing anything and you got a frown on your face and you're negative with all your comments and you're dissing everybody in town, you're not going to get anywhere, because people say, well, why would I want to be with her? She says it's wonderful, but she's miserable all the time.
Yeah, great point.
I think
They
your
watch you.
attitude is really critical.
Great point, Lori. And I tell you what, if some of your attitudes are what you bring to the Onward group sometimes, Jesus is going to pop you with the flip-flop, okay? Pop you with the flip-flop, big time. Oh, my goodness. Tracy, I love what you put here in the comment. I met a customer, a retired teacher at my job today. She came to pick up her order. I gained another customer because she asked why the teacher was in the building. When I mentioned she was there to pick up the Skin So Soft Bug Guard, she then placed an order for 2 bottles, which I have on hand, and we'll be delivering to her on Monday. Again, you're with somebody, you're there doing what you should be doing, which will always bring you something good in the process. Planting seed, y'all. Lee and I were outdoor dashing, and Lee was sitting in the car. I was in doing a shopping order, and the great thing is that some lady was trying to get Lee's attention and couldn't get Lee's attention because he couldn't see her, but she waited for me. And I don't have a new sign on my vehicle yet, but I do have a tag on the front that says, ask me about Avon. And she sat there in the heat in North Carolina waiting for me to come out. And she says, oh, she says, do you sell Avon? And I said, yes, ma'am, I do. And she says, I need deodorant so bad. And I've called people, I have emailed people, and she says, I can't get anybody and she's not from here. She's from Hickory. She was just down here visiting Mama. And she says, and can I have an extra brochure for Mama? Because I said, I have brochures. What do you need? Deodorant. I have the deodorant. No problem. She didn't want 2 deodorants. She wanted 24 deodorant. Now that is a huge sale there. Why? Because again, if you're not a people person, at least act like you're a people person.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
I watch way too much stuff on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and far too many people come off salesy. Far too many people come off as they don't care about you. They only care about it. Hi, here's my product. Buy this, take this. I want you to buy this. This is 94,251 reasons why you need this product. And they may not even like that product, but you didn't even get to know them to know whether they want that product. Stop being a salesperson and start being a friend, and they'll buy from you.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree with you. Thank you, Lee. Rosie, what do you got for me? Rosie?
Yep, I'm here.
There you
Okay,
go.
so I always try to give something in every order. But if you all who have been now with Avon for a while know that we don't have like the little mini hand creams anymore, which were really nice for thank you gifts, and you can only give out so many lip balms and samples. So in conversation of getting to know my customers, I found out which one have fur babies, kitties, dogs. And all of a sudden I started putting treats for their fur babies in with their orders. A lady sent me not only the pictures of her cats eating the kitty treats, she also gave me a $97 order today.
Boom, 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 boom. Wow. Wow.
Not only am I building the relationship with them, but I'm also building it with their babies.
That's right. They're fur babies, and I love me some fur babies. Just saying.
Right.
Fur babies.
So there you go.
Rosie,
Another
that's
way
great.
of
That is
connecting.
huge. And
Yeah.
what a thought outside the box. Have you ever like stressed yourself about, oh my Lord, this customer has been with me for 7 years. What haven't I given them? I don't know if it's a repeat. What's going on? Rosie just said, you know what? I'm gonna step over here. She got some fur babies. I'm gonna give her some treats. Now, what's really cool about that, Rosie, is, you know, when I DoorDash, I have treats that I keep in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And when the owner comes out to get the food, I will immediately be like, you know, hey, I've got a treat in my pocket. Is it okay? Because, you know, I figure special diets, we all know that happens. And they're all like, oh, yeah, absolutely, you can. And I do. And a lot of times, I would like to tell you it's just the women, but when the men are out there, the men will ask me about, again, the sign that's on my car, and will say, you do that too. And what they say is, wow, you're a hustler. You're doing that in this. And I said, no, sir, what I am is I'm a people lover. I just love people. So what I do is I do stuff that puts me around people, because there's a lot of bad people out there in the world. And I want people to know there's some good people out there, at least some people who are trying to be good. And that's me. And then immediately things lead like, well, do you have one of them book things and brochure things? Them things they have. So I love what she said here. She's outside the box again. Remember last time it was ice cream shops. What are we doing here? And now thinking about, do you pay attention to your customers? Do you even know if they have fur babies? Why don't we ask that? Do you even know that they have a sick individual? Do you even know that there's something going on in their life?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you trying, or it, like Lee said, let me just call it out. Are you all about the next Skin So Soft bottle you can shove in their hand because, oh, it's on sale for $20.69? Because if that's all you're about, yeah, you'll have a few who will just take that. But guys, that's not building relationships. And people want to buy from you, not because you're pushy with the products, not because you want to talk about the company all the time, but because you have shown a genuine interest in them. I bet that if you pulled every customer who's ordered from me in the last year, I could tell you something about them that I don't think I'm the only one who knows, but boy, am I glad that I have something to ask about. How's your grandson doing in
Mhm.
college? How's he doing? You know, or my neighbor down the street, Rhoda, who just lost one of her fur babies. And when
Oh.
you've lost that, you understand what they're feeling. And Rhoda's been a customer for years. She likes the bug guard. She likes stuff like that. But you know what she loves more? She loves the fact that I care. She loves the fact that even when she doesn't have an order for me, I'm calling and checking on her. I want to know how she's doing. This is where your business will see significant growth. Do you want to, I want you to look at people like Inez, Janae, Andrew, Lyle, who was in Avon before, and I was blessed enough that he picked my team. There are people on here, Amy, who's in my second gen. If you ask any of them if they ever felt like quitting, they would lie to you if they told you, oh no, I've never thought about that. And let me be clear, I would lie to you too if I told you I never thought about quitting. And if you're one of those people who do feel that way, look, I wish I was more like you. But do you know why my team stays? Because we never let them stay there at that point. That we're always, I mean, I was giving Miss Inez a hard time earlier at the beginning. She sent me this YouTube of this song. What Miss Inez didn't know is how much I needed that song today. And I can get on here and I can do what I'm doing with y'all because that makes me happy and that keeps me centered. But the struggle has been real in a lot of different areas. And when she sent this song, and the link is at the top of the chat, I took it into Lee immediately. And I'm like, you have to hear this song that Miss Inez just sent me. I said, I am exactly where I need to be, and I need to stop what I'm doing, and I need to press on. My people show up for me, and I'm supposed to be the one showing up for them as the leader. This is what we do. Do you want to know why the tribe is the tribe? Because this is what we do together. This is not just about my team. This is not just about me being a leader. This is about what we do as a company. A company in order to raise each other up. And when somebody comes in my group and says, please pray for my dad, they just took him to the hospital, or please pray for me, you know, I just broke my leg, or man, we just lost this Avon representative who's been with us for 35 years. And you know what? My heart breaks, and I stop at that moment and I pray, and I feel the pain, especially if I have been there. And then there are people who are in my group that the only thing they're about is the information. And I need you to know something. If you're watching this on replay, because I don't think it's anybody who's on here live, and you're one of those people, God is teaching me how to love you and show you how it should be. Because there are obviously people in Onward because they know the information's right. They know they can get help, and I'm all about that. And it doesn't have to be about me. But I'm hoping that you're going to see how these people who are here sharing, who are in the chat, people who are showing up in Onward, and how they're helping each other through these pitfalls. Do you know what keeps us? And when I say to you all, you get tired of hearing that I am Avon. You are Avon. We are Avon. They can bring us 6,000 items. They can bring us 12,000 items. It's not about that. It's about us. It's about our customers. It's about our team members. And it's about the fur babies. It's about all of it. It is. And I love that. Tammy, you had your hand up a minute ago. What did you want to share, my friend?
I was just going to show a couple of cards that I put in with my orders to also let my customers know that they're appreciated. I don't know if you can see them or not.
Oh, thank you, Car. Okay. Oh, wow. They're shiny. They pretty. I love that.
It's just a little extra something to show them that we appreciate them. It's just thank you for supporting my small business.
Good people think alike. What do you do? And when somebody orders from me online and they've never shopped with me before, this goes in, that little, with a lip balm, with something. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be something. And
Skincare.
because I want that. Yes, look, Darcy's putting hers up. If you have them, show them. This is what gets it done for little expense. Kim is a crafter. Kim makes stuff. Kim is consistently she takes a love of something she has, and I'm always watching what she does. Thank yous for this. This is what she's going to do for this event. And she brings her two loves together. That is when it's good. Yep, there it is. And look, Andrea's got her stickers. And if you ain't crafty like Kim and you have to have somebody else do them, it's okay, because I do. I got to have somebody else do them. Thank yous for everything. My Onward, no matter what. Andrew's got his cards. There are just so many ways to make the connection. And look, I know sometimes you're like, Molly, I gotta drop the order off, Molly. I don't have a choice. I can't stop and talk to people. But do you realize those little things that you do, those little added things? Maybe you're gonna drop, don't do it 98-degree weather, but you drop a little snack candy bar or something in there, somebody gonna love you for sure. Right now, it could be lifesavers. It could be just that personal touch that says, I see you pass the product. I see you pass the sale. When you start letting people know that you see them, then you know what? They're not going to want to do business with anybody else except you. Lori, what else you got for me? Unmute, Lori.
Yeah. Well, on the uptake as usual. Andrew, I totally know where you're coming from, because when I started with Avon 17 years ago, it'll be 18 years in December. Everybody said to me, and I was doing as a part-time gig to have a backup, why are you doing that? That's dumb. And family included. And I said, because I want to have something to fall back on. And I got, oh, well, just get another real job. Just get another real job, or go and apply for a better real job so you don't have to do both. I really, honest to God, have not gotten any credibility for what I do. It's taken me all these years, but now people are finally getting it.
Yeah.
I've been put down for that. I don't know how long, but I stand my ground, and I love my Avon business, and I always will, because like you, Molly, I am a people person.
Yeah.
The other thing,
if you don't like people, I don't know how people do this business if they don't like people. It's just me. It's like, that's a skill to be able to do this business and do it well and not be a people person.
Well, I hate to say and bring up something negative, but the people that want to do online only, they wonder why they're not getting anywhere, is because nobody knows they're there. Because they don't want to meet with people to tell them.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. I'm gonna be devil's advocate, because I think sometimes, because we have been in this business so long, I believe that sometimes we are really hard on the onliners. Now, let me tell you where onliners are really successful. The people who absolutely 100% just really know how to work social media. Yep. That's not everybody. This is why I do not let anybody come in and just say, you want to be successful? Online is the way to go. You want to be successful? You got to do it in person. The truth of the matter is, there are so many different ways to build this business. And I am that person who, I am your all around girl. I am building it every which way I can. But I think where Lori's point is, you have people who come in and they say, oh, I just want to do this online, yet they have no following. They have nothing that they've built, and they just think they can come in and they can do it. So I wanted to clarify Lori for you. Lori is not saying, if you're watching this, Lori is not saying that online is bad.
Right.
Online, being 60 years old, has been the best thing I have found since sliced bread. Let me be honest.
During COVID, that was a lifesaver.
It was the way.
It was a lifesaver, and I would guess most of our businesses grew. But you
But even
can't
people,
set up
even
a
your,
website and then sit back and do nothing,
Yeah,
no
even your most
marketing, no
successful
Facebook, no
people
nothing, and expect
online.
thousands of dollars to come in.
You're
was
right.
my
You're
point.
right. Look, number one, you're not going out in person and going to get $1,000 worth of orders. This is a business that you have to build. If you're new,
Right.
if you feel like you've been in this business maybe 6 months, you don't understand why you're not further. The truth of the matter is, this is one stepping stone at a time. You know, this is one customer at a time. That is how you build your business. And if you're just online and you're saying, this is my digital brochure, go shop there, they are not invested in anything. They're going to keep scrolling. We've talked about this, you know, over and over again on my team. You know, let people know what you're turned on to, and then those people will buy from you online. Hopefully, yes, Inez, 100%. Whatever works for you, do it. If you, again, I can remember when I thought, oh, this online thing isn't going to be real good for me, because when I came, there wasn't any online thing. Okay,
Right.
they were just looking
Exactly.
into it. So if you didn't go out and work your brochures, if you didn't go out and work your neighborhoods, if you didn't go out and have your events, if you didn't go, you people that are online and you think that's hard, oh, you go out there and try to grow the person by person. That is difficult. But I feel like when you're person to person, the reason we are a little bit more successful than most is because we had to learn this business building relationships. It still goes back to the relationship in the end. But what I love is the people now that are online. Yeah, there's some who still order from me and they really don't want to talk to me. There's always a few. That's okay. I let them be. But yet there are people who they've never met me in person, never once, but they know me and I know them. And I am always trying to go the extra mile where they are concerned. So it can be built anyway. It's just according to you. So Lori, that was very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just have one other thing touching on your knowing your customer. I use my notes on my phone because I set up every customer in my cell phone. So when there's a new number, I know what it is.
Right.
But I use the notes and I put in things that they tell me. Like I had a lady today that bought Skin So Soft from me several years ago. She needs more now for her horses. She was not in my phone. She was not in my system. So she must have bought it from me at a fair or something.
Right.
She called me. We happen to live in the same town. So I put that in there. You know, Skin So Soft buyer horses. If
Right.
they have a family event. So after every time a customer orders online from me and we get the email saying your customer purchased XY, you know, you had an order, I
Yeah.
send a personal email. I know they get a generic one, you know, thank you for shopping Avon from Avon, but I write a personal email the next day saying, hi, Carol, thank you very much. Hope you and Pete are doing well this summer. And I tie it into things that are personal. Hope the heat isn't
idea.
bothering you, or thank you so much. Appreciate your friendship, business, and our longtime relationship. Have a blessed day. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Something
love that.
personal that ties back in, but I use the notes in our Avon system and the notes in my phone to put personal notes in if they've had a death, lost a fur baby, whatever.
Yep.
Kids graduating from high school, a wedding, to
Good idea.
add to those personal thank you notes, emails after they purchase to make it sound like, oh, wow, she remembered that.
Yep, it's very cool when you can do that. People really appreciate that. Sue Ellen, you say on here, it took me over 3 years before making President's Club. But girl, look what you did. You made it. You never gave up. You never gave up. So, hey, now you're at 40%, 25% for the home and the fashion. I'm sure that makes a big bang in your commissions that you get. So kudos to you for never giving up or thinking that you couldn't do it. You just kept going after it. Good for you. Andrew says, I remember paying $7 a campaign to have a website if you did not get an online order. I remember that. If you got an online order in the campaign, they would credit the $7 fee. I do remember that, Andrew. And by the way, for all of you who have just been in Avon, Do you know on almost every other direct sales company out there, you have to pay for things like this? Yeah, I've researched them. You have to pay for things like this. So the next time you want to grade because you ain't getting something, then, understand that you don't have to pay for the site, which is great. Nancy, you said I have brochures at work and at the gas station next door. Books disappear, but I don't get orders. That the girl at the gas station always tells them that I live across the parking lot. Nancy, this is what leaving brochures is a I don't even want to say it's planting seeds. It kind of is, but it's like throwing seeds. It's not really planting seeds. It's like throwing seeds. Some of them may blossom in the customers. Some of them may not. I use old brochures to leave at places. Sadly, I never, unless it's a place that is massively successful for me, I don't leave the newer brochures. I leave older brochures. Because a lot of times that's what's going to happen. But this is what you need to know. Somebody could be holding on to that brochure and it's underneath a pile of laundry. It is underneath newspapers. The kids have taken it and put it in their toy box. But what's going to happen is mom's going to eventually find it. And when she does, this is why I tell people do not put an expiration date on the book ever. Because when they, there's that Avon book, and then you could get a call or you could get an online sale. So I love that you're leaving them places. The best way to make that connection though with people is take a chance. And when you are out and about, have a brochure with you. And when you're in line at the post office, or you are in line at the grocery store, or you're going to pick up your prescription, or you're going to pick up that meal from the restaurant, have a conversation and say, hey, I'm a local Avon representative. I don't know if you have one, but I'd love to share a brochure with you. And at that time, if they're receptive, you could get their name and number and you could text them at a later time or talk to them at a later time. And that might help. That way you're using more than just leaving the brochures. I'm a big believer in leaving brochures to use up my older brochures. Same thing I was doing when I was tossing brochures. It was never new brochures. It was always older brochures. But I never, if somebody else could throw it away, but I wasn't throwing it away. That was an Avon sin in my book, for sure, it was. So maybe venture out and plant the seed, talk to somebody and plant the seed. That's what I would say. I think that could be something great. Miss Agnes, what do you have for me?
I just wanted to also to let you know that's what happened. One year I tossed. And a year later, I got a phone call from a book that I dropped off. Yeah. She said she put it in the drawer. And then when, like you said, she went to clean the drawer or whatever, and she saw the book and she gave me a call and she became one of my customers.
Wow.
Yeah, I was shocked also. So those, like you said, the old books, that's what I do with the old books.
Absolutely. That is great. And that's what it takes. And does it happen all the time, y'all? No. But I am here to tell you that in 20 years, it's happened a lot of times with me because somebody will say, oh, I don't know. I picked up this book. I don't know where it was. Was it pizza? Was it in my, I don't know where it was. Maybe it was in my driveway. I don't know where it was. At that point, I'm like, well, I'm everywhere. So it wouldn't really surprise me where you picked it up. That's where the conversation starts. You let them know you're just glad they did and that they called. Darcy says she's gotten calls. So that's great.
If you don't try, you're definitely not going to get customers.
Yep. And I'm thinking some people give out business cards because Darcy says someone said, I found your card in the back of the drawer. Do you still say Avon? I love that. Like they, hold on, I need some skin so them bugs are biting. Hold on. Look, I found this card in the drawer. I know it looks like it's been to hell and back, but I'm gonna call her and see if she still does. That's amazing. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I tried to I talked to, I thought was a potential customer, and she says, I have an Avon lady. And I gave her my card. I said, in case she stops selling Avon,
absolutely,
hang on to my card. And you know, she called me.
That's what happens.
Avon lady stopped.
Yes, that's what happens. I love that. I've got a lady who said, Molly, I know you've been my Avon lady for 6 years. And she says, but my sister has decided she's going to sell. And I really feel like I need to support her. And I said, you know, Miss Liza, I absolutely respect you for that. I said, go support her. I hope she does well. But remember, if something happens and it doesn't work out well, understand that I'm still here for you. And a year went by, and I actually called her and said, hey, Miss Liza, just calling and I wanted to check, how's your sister doing? I don't know. I can't get a book from her. I don't know. She don't want to sell nothing. She don't want to make no money. I don't know what she wants. And I didn't want to call you because I told you. And I said, but that's not what I told you. I said, when did this happen? She said, about 4 weeks after I told you I was going to buy from her. That taught me at that moment. I really wish that I had maybe just made it a month and said, hey, just check in on your sister. How's she doing in Avon? Because I said, tell your sister she can call me. I'll give her some pointers. Again, it's not cut out for everybody. And Miss Liza is back with me, and that's great. But you have to respect that kind of thing. And what Miss Agnes did was great. Look, I think it's great you have one. I'd love to hear about Avon sisters out there. If something ever happens and you lose her, here I am. Feel free to call me. It's great business. It's great business. I love that. Let's see here. Andrea, you got your hand up, or did you just not put it down?
Yes, I have my hand up. I just want to say thank you all to the group and everything about my grandma. Well, I've got two things besides my grandma. She is 96. They diagnosed her with congestive heart failure. At first they gave her 6 months, but then a couple days later they gave her 2 weeks. But yesterday and today, she's had real good days. She has eaten more than what she normally has. But I just want to thank you all, you guys, the Avon tribe and everything, for the prayers and everything. Yes, she has lived a long, healthy life. Her chiropractor did say, even though she's 96, that her heart looks better than most of her cardiologist 70-year-old patients.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we are praying for her. So I hope you get another 10 years with her. Hey, age is just a number. I'm figuring that out at 60. It's just a number, okay? It is just a number. So it's all good.
Yes, she has lived. She's 96. She just turned 96, June 25th. Yes, she has lived a long, healthy life. We're all pretty much prepared, ready for when she goes. But, if she wants to hang on for another 10 years, great. We'd love it. But, but she goes when she goes. Second, the other thing is I had decided to get these.
Right.
For my kid. Well, I initially got them for my kids to where if they do like chores, certain chores. But I was thinking if with my Avon customers, to do, if they buy so many things or whatever, to give them a free lip balm or a hand lotion.
Yeah, that's what I saw when you posted that in Onward. Yeah, I know a lot of people who do that, and those are already made up. Some people do them and have them made up with something Avon on them. But hey, use what you have to build. People like to get them things like like stamped. They're all good with that. So
I did find them at Temu.com, which is like Wish.com, but Temu is quicker and faster of getting stuff.
I'm not a Temu fan, but that's just me. That's just me. I'm not a Temu fan.
Yeah.
With Temu. Molly ain't with Temu. Just how you know, Molly ain't doing it. So there you go. I'm just putting it out. I'm not that person. So it's all good. Thank you for sharing that. Letitia, what you got for me, girl? Uh-oh, we got to get her unmuted.
Oh,
there we go. All right, girl.
Hi, everyone. Molly, thank you for pulling us all together. I can't wait to see you. I hope you're going on.
We're gonna hug. We're gonna hug. We're gonna hug hard. We're gonna hug many times. We're gonna hug every time we see each other because we don't know when we're gonna see each other again. That's what we do. Yeah, I love it.
About
What is that?
that's right.
I think she's freezing.
Yeah, you're freezing, Letitia. I don't know what's
That's
going on.
right. I wanted to touch on a
Uh-oh.
point that
Letitia, try to go out and try to come back in. We are not catching anything you're saying now. I don't know if she can hear me. Ugh. She's completely frozen
come on,
now.
Italy.
Oh,
Chat. As I'll put it in.
yeah, you might do better putting it in the chat. I don't know why you have a bad connection there.
The chat.
I'm so sorry because I cannot. Yeah, I can't. I'm catching
the chat.
every seventh word that you're saying. So it's got to be a connection. Sometimes if you go out and you come back in, sometimes that will actually do better. Wow. I am sorry. I wish I could. Andrew, what do you have in the meantime until we know exactly what it is?
So let me try to regain my thought with my ADD brain here. But as you know, in this area I live in, companies are not very Avon friendly as employers. Like I can't bring brochures to work. I can't talk about it, and I'm not allowed to service people in my company with Avon. I'm not allowed to have them as a customer, but I can't stop them from ordering from my website. So there's nothing I can do to stop them. So when it helps having my car say it on there, so people do know. I had to go into the office yesterday, and I was excited. So I was talking to my friends that I work with, who already know, and showing them off my new toy, which I'm covering the logo up because I don't want to advertise the company. I'll talk to people later about it. But it's hard plastic, like a digital business card. What you can do is you tap it to the back of someone's phone, and automatically it pulls up your digital business card that people can save your contact information on your phone. So now those people that I'm friends with at work who know what I do but didn't have my contact information now have my website information in a discreet way for my business. I thought that was pretty cool. But I really wanted to follow up on something that Lee and Rose were saying earlier. Like one thing we learned in sales was to listen more than you talk. Ask open-ended questions, not yes or no questions, to get them to talk and try to hear what's their why, what are their needs, like what is something like a problem in their life that maybe you can solve for them, like how people are talking about their pets and things like that. Rose is talking about keeping them important things about that customer, keeping track of those things. When I first started, I'm still friends with them, but I got a lot of help from a inner circle person, which is over $300,000 worth of sales a year. She would keep a thick notebook with her customers, keeping track of birthdays, kids' birthdays, pets, like anything important about their customer, when they bought an item and when it would probably run out, to see if they need a refill. And so she kept like a notebook, which for me, I need something more tech friendly. I haven't figured that out yet, because that's once your business grows after a certain point, it got to be too much for me to do the notebook method. But she used that to grow her business over $300,000 in sales every year.
Oh, we wish. Yeah. 300,000. I like that. That'd be awesome.
The whole UPS truck was her order. She hired 4 people part-time on order day to help her sort those orders, and she'd get 1 pallet of brochures.
Those were the days, sisters and brothers.
Here's the best part. She lived in the same town I did. If I didn't move out of the area, when she retired, she was giving me her customers because she trusted me to take care of them.
There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's perfect. Thank you, Andrew, for sharing that. So let's talk real quick about giveaways. So many of you have heard about, the rich and famous. The rich and famous. This is the rich and famous of Avon, Volume 3. This is a DVD. If you don't have a DVD player, you don't want this. Okay. So it's okay if you don't, but I have got 3 of these that I want to give away tonight. I can tell you that the one and only Miss Fabulous Pam Heller is on this. One of my idols, Teddy Davies, is on this. And the list gets longer. People who talk about how they ran their business, how they still run their business, a lot of them to this day. And there are 3 of these, and I believe they are English and Spanish. The only thing I have to say about these is once you watch these and you feel like you're done with these, my ask of you is only to pay it forward. Maybe pay it forward to somebody who's not sure if they want to join your team. And maybe they want to hear from somebody who's a lot further off than we are. Think about that. Maybe you want to give it to somebody who they're frustrated and they just think they're not cut out for this because they're frustrated. And what they don't know is every single one of the ladies that are on this hit frustration. Every single one of these ladies wanted to quit. Every single one of these ladies thought, I'm not sure this is for me. I don't know if I can do this. And yet they did. They did. And they knew what their goals were and they went after them. And sometimes you need more inspiration than Mama Molly, for sure. So let me see here. I am looking at some names here. Tribe, team, tribe. Hi, Lee. Oh, I just saw that one. Hi, Lee. Somebody, hi, Lee. How you doing, Lee? Somebody said hi to you, baby. Just saying. So what I'm going to say is, for instance, if I were to say, is Janice still on the call? I'm looking. Janice is still on the call. Janice, do you have a DVD player? She fell asleep.
I do.
There she is. Janice, would you like this?
I would.
You would. Okay,
Yes.
Janice, you are going to private message me. I think I have your address, but private message me anyways. And I will get this in the mail to you. Pay no attention to the buy or sell, only $10 to start, Molly Stone Bib. Just saying, because that's how you know. So pay no attention to that, but you might want to put another label over that if you're going to hand it off, girl. That's
All
for
right. Thank you.
So, okay, so make sure you private message me and I will get that to you. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see who's next. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Keisha, is Keisha still in the house? Keisha, are you asleep? Keisha,
Hi, Molly. I'm still here.
you got a DVD player?
Say that again.
Do you have a DVD player?
Currently, no. Actually,
Girl, you don't have a DVD player?
The LG one's on sale right now.
Oh, stop it. We couldn't do that. Hold
I'm
on.
buying for my representative. I don't have one right now.
You don't have a look, I'm not judging because I get it. I get it. A lot of people don't these days. I completely get it. So let me see. I need to look at something. Hold on. Don't you go away yet.
I'm right here.
Do you have a cell phone, Keisha?
I do have a cell phone, yes.
Because I have one of these Avon copper things that go on the back, girl, to help you hold that phone, and it says Avon on it.
I'll take it. I am
So would that work? If that would
definitely
work
for my Android.
See, there you can see that work on all of them. So I don't know. It was sitting here just for you, Keisha, so you know. God knew that you didn't have no DVD player, and he said, "Here's something else you can give her." That's what it is. So Keisha, drop your address in the private message, for me, not on here, because I never find it, on Facebook, okay? And
You
I
got it.
will I get this out to you, my friend.
Thanks to the
Right.
bib. Thank you.
You are welcome. And I am going round and round and round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Oh, what? Kim! Is Kim still on here? Kim, you're on my team. You better still be on here. Kim? Kim?
Yes, I'm still here.
My goodness. I'm like, she's making me look bad. Where Kim? Where Kim at? Oh my God.
Oh, I was waving at you.
Oh, okay. I was on the other page. Sorry. We got a lot of people on here. I know on the page. Kim, do you have a DVD player?
Sure.
Sure you have
Yeah.
one, or sure you gonna get one?
No. Sure, I want that. Yes, I have one.
And you have, okay, right answer. Kim,
Yeah.
I got your address. I don't need you to send me anything. I got you, girl. I am writing your
Thank
name.
you.
You are welcome. My gosh, my team give me so much grief. I'll tell you right now. And if I don't write the names down on this stuff, you know I'm gonna forget who I gave it to, right?
Molly, it's good for you. It builds character. We love you.
Yes, I don't know. I hit 60 and I'm like, okay, now I got ADD or AHD or whatever that stuff is. I got something because I'm squirreling all the time. All right, I got one more here. Round and round and round and round we go. Who we giving this to? Uh-oh. Miss Dana, do you have a DVD player? Miss Dana? Miss Dana fall asleep on me?
Yes, I do.
You got a DVD player?
I sure do.
It's yours, girl. This is yours. Pop, boom. There we go. See, some of us oldies, we still got DVD players. That's what I'm going to tell you right now.
You can
So
tell
I
you're
love
old
that.
if we had one of those.
Miss Dana, make sure you private message me on Facebook your address, my friend, and I will get these out to you lovely ladies. And
Okay, thank you.
so, you know, this is great. So my one thing I want to ask you guys is, what are you celebrating? Here we are 1 week from the campaign ending, and I'm celebrating Rep Fest. We're a little over 2 weeks away. I cannot wait for Rep Fest. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see people. I'm so excited to hug people. I'm so excited to see the Christmas line. I'm excited to see Michael Senstack. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see Lisa Wilbur. And we're having a meet and greet. We're having a meet and greet in the Gaylord, and it's going to be Lisa freaking Wilbur with her co-writer Jeff West is going to be there. Teresa Paul will be there. Timothy Brown will be there, Mr. Positivity, and the new Visionary Award winner Linda Montavon will be in the house with us for everybody to meet and hug and share. And we're going to have our LG speaker there with some lights and a little bit of music going on. And Michael has set up for us to have a room there where everybody can come in and just kind of get reacquainted before this thing starts up on Friday. So that's my thing. I'm excited and celebrating convention. What about anybody want to talk about what they're excited about? Come on, somebody who hasn't talked. Somebody open your mouth and quit being scared. Don't be scared. Be brave. I ain't calling on nobody who's already talked. Somebody unmute their phone and tell me what you're
Janae
excited
says
about.
she's excited about honey bun cake.
Public
Janae better
speaking.
get her to Janae number one needs to show up on time.
Oh,
Oh,
If I'm scared of public speaking, anybody can
I
do
got off
it.
work late.
I know you had to work late, and I am bringing honey bun cake. So you will have some honey bun cake because
I mean, it's a week before my birthday,
Diane
so I
Shear will
naturally
have
feel
some
like
honey
it would
bun
be
cake
fair.
because she knows I'm bringing it.
It's
Monica,
just a week
will have
before
some
my
honey bun
birthday. That's
cake.
kind of the high
Monica, you have a
expectation.
convention, girl? No,
No, I have to
Monica,
fly.
I just need to send you some honey bun cake, girl. You need some honey bun cake in your life.
I do.
I'm telling you, once you go honey bun cake with Mama Molly, you never go back.
Never go
Just-
back.
Nothing gonna come close. Nothing gonna
All
come
right.
close. Yes, I'm gonna have to do that. Gosh, I'm gonna miss hugging you. Daggone it, girl. But I get it. I get it. It's okay. I get it.
Now I'm gonna swing by one of these days when I'm driving down to Florida. I'm gonna
I
stop
wish
in.
you would. I wish you would. You don't need an invitation. Come knock on my door and come on in and we'll fix something. I don't know what, but
There
we'll
you
fix
go.
something. For
All
sure.
right.
I would love that. That is great. Who else is good? Monica, what you celebrating? Come on, girl. Give me something before you go off of here.
I am celebrating something personally. I had to go yesterday for a second an ultrasound because I had to have something checked to see if it was cancerous, and it was not. So
thank
today.
you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh man.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord. Man, is that a good feeling, girl?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just a good feeling. I'm telling you, it is. There ain't no, you don't know. You want to feel it, but you don't know till you've been there. And when you've
Yeah.
been there, every time somebody else says it, you feel it all the way to your toes that they're clean. That is so great. So happy about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Who else has got something? Look, I'm just talking about business. I'm talking about life. Are you happy you're alive? Somebody, Carrie, tell me something, Carrie. I'm looking at you square. Carrie, unmute and tell me what you have.
Well, I love my swag bag that I got since.
You got your swag. Yay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
Well, I'm going virtually.
Well, I still ain't got mine, Carrie. Oh my God, I still ain't got mine, but that's awesome. I hear that.
I love the new Christmas ornament. I love the new Christmas
ornament.
ornament.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't even know that was in there. That is so nice.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So Carrie's excited. She got her swag back. Come on, somebody else. Get
Got new underwear.
Lee,
Natalie, no one cares about your underwear.
TMI.
Have
And
mercy.
got something.
To my husband.
You said it didn't have to be Avon.
I am going to hit massive views on this video on YouTube because Lee was talking about his underwear. That's what's going to happen.
It's about time. Lee. It's about time.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. So come on, who else? Who's got something? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Miss Sandra, come on.
My
I'm happy there's
husband,
new Halloween stuff coming out.
Okay, Halloween stuff. Love that too.
Halloween
for
is
sure.
coming back with Avon.
I
It's
am.
nice to- It's nice to see some of that
About
stuff.
time.
Right.
About time.
Yeah, it really is. Like we've been hollering, give us it. And look, I know it's not a lot,
They
but
are.
it's something. It's something. We're so happy. We're so happy. Sue, go ahead. What were you saying? Come on, girl.
my husband works at Lowe's, and of course it's the end of July and they already got Christmas stuff out.
Yeah. Are we celebrating that, girl? That's all
Give
right.
the turkey a chance.
In a couple of weeks, we'll be in DC, and Avon's going to be celebrating Christmas too. That's all going to be out, so that ought to be thrilling for sure, for sure. Who else has got something? Come on, Tracy. Come on, girl, give it to me.
am glad that Molly and Lee have decided to open this up to tribe members too, to where I know I overthink a lot of things, but I'm just glad to help for their help to call me out on it. So
Hey,
thanks.
I'm here to call you out. I'm your mama, Molly. I'm gonna call you out every single time. Every single time, I'm gonna call you out. Call
I'm
you out,
working on
girl.
being nicer.
I'm very nice. I'm very nice. Andrea, got
I
this
can
thing
share.
going on. Come on, Andrea. We got this thing going on, you and I. You know we do.
I say about 90% of the time you're nice.
Okay, well, you get the other 10% when you get on my nerves. Okay. Say there,
Next.
you know. We can do that.
Next.
I got news to share.
Come on.
I got news to share.
Somebody's got news to share.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got news to share.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. I called on Tracy. Hold on. Tracy, share it, girl.
My school secretary where I work is putting together gift baskets for parents for the PTO, and she asked me to sponsor some. So she wanted to make sure that they could get Avon for gift baskets for when students have perfect attendance, and they were like, well, we always give stuff to the kids, so we want to say thank you to the parents. And she's like, I know you have something you can put together, so can you put together a couple of baskets for us?
Wow, Tracy, what an opening of a door for you. That is amazing.
Can I comment on that, Molly?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I will give you
Okay, wait a minute,
probably-
everybody. This is Lyle. He's one of my superstars right here. Okay, just need y'all.
Without his camera
Okay, go
on.
ahead, Lyle. Go ahead, Lyle.
So the most biggest thing that you can do now is give the gift baskets. However, if you design your own water bottle label and even donate like 48 of the miniature water bottles, they will see your name, your website, and your phone number time and time again. So you're getting the now, and then you're getting the residual.
Wow, that is huge. That is huge. I
For
love
all of
that.
us dummies, where do you get the small water bottles?
Go ahead, Lyle. Keep going, baby.
So like the small water bottles you can get at Sam's Club. I know Walmart has them.
I've seen
And
them
then
there.
you can get on Amazon and to get the labels that you can put over the label that comes on the water bottle now. And it's got the adhesive, and you just use your own personal printer at home.
Wow, I love that.
Attaboy.
Huge is that to be able to get in. Man, I'll tell you. Hey, Lyle, if I haven't told you lately, I'm glad you chose me. Can I just say that again? I know you hear it a million times, but I'm glad you chose me. So thank you very much. Very much. I love that. That is a great idea. I mean, and so Tracy, that is if you think about it, man, he is so right. Like, even if it's just a couple, I don't know how many baskets you're doing, but think about the fact that you start with some and eventually somebody sees it and goes, wow, this is a great idea. Could we do more of these? Getting your name, your brochures, your business cards in the hand. What Tracy is doing is building a relationship so that she knows she is the Avon person and they're going to come to her. I love that. That just warms my heart to know. Wow. Rosie, what you have for me?
You okay? You okay?
No, I'm not okay. Tracy got me all excited. Lyle came up. I'm 60. Y'all know how that goes. Oh my goodness.
No, I just wanted to say that, well, first of all, thank you for all of the ideas that everybody shared tonight. They were really awesome.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get two things that we talked about earlier, talking about the old brochures. I actually had a customer that called me because he wanted some more Skin So Soft, and he still had one of my brochures from 2018.
Holy crap.
That had my information on the back, and he was going to go with a little spray bottle. Oh no, I 25 ounce one, baby.
Wow.
Yes.
Rosie, you need to sit with that guy and make him watch episodes of Hoarders and hold his hand.
I know, right?
I love that.
And then I was lucky enough to get an online order that put my total sales now from ending of campaign 14 over 14,000.
You go, girl. Look at that. She's heading towards Honor Society. Look at that. I love it, love it, love it. Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's all it's what we've been saying. It's all about building the relationship.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And you know what? If people don't want to talk to you about what you're doing with your business, that's okay, because you know what? You're helping someone else build themselves up.
Yep. Yep. 100%. There, and if you're not getting customers, you're not talking to enough people, y'all. I don't know how much to put that out there. Again, consistency, be ready all the time. Have those brochures ready all the time. Have that.
All right, go ahead.
Have that digital brochure in your notes section so that you can absolutely text that to somebody who maybe you don't have a brochure. It happens sometimes. But this is what it's all about, being ready to build the relationship, because if you don't have what you need, how are you going to build it? You got to want them to know you're serious about what you're doing. So thank you for that, Rosie. I appreciate that.
I say we make Diane earn her honey bun cake and share.
Diane, I know, you know what? You talk to me a whole lot when we're in person, girl, and you ain't saying nothing.
No, I'm listening.
You listening? Okay, she gonna act all shy. Y'all don't fall for that. She ain't shy.
What
Don't
am I
fall.
celebrating? I got a couple of new customers.
Yay,
One of them-
good.
One of them happened to be through Nextdoor, which I've been posting on forever.
Wow.
Someone finally reached out. I've had a couple,
Perfect.
but they've never ordered. This one did. And
Consistency.
I'm building it. It's not where I want to be, but
good.
I'm still building it.
That's
Trying to
great.
get, I might have another team member. Fingers crossed. It's a friend of mine.
Nice.
She's retired and she said she needs something to do. So
Love that. Hey, we got something for her. And, you know, I think Diane just said, you know, I've been trying Nextdoor app forever. And I know not everybody's Nextdoor is the same because some of them are mean and some of them are bullies. And I get that. I get it. Some of them don't. But because hers lets her think about this, she said, I hadn't gotten anything. I kept posting. I kept doing my thing. But she just decided she was going to stay consistent. And now if she hadn't of, she wouldn't have that person. She wouldn't have that new customer. So it is definitely a sign, keep doing the things and eventually things will pay off. So I love that. That's great.
I change it every campaign because
Yeah,
it lets me do
love
it for
that.
2 weeks. So it gives me a reminder saying it's expiring to change it. And I do.
Yep.
Look, if I get one out of it every couple of months, at least I know I'm still doing it.
Yep. I hear you.
Yep.
That's perfect. Thank you for sharing, my friend. That's perfect.
welcome.
Sue Ann, what you got for me, girl?
We gotta unmute her.
Uh-oh, she's not unmuted yet.
Found it.
There
Found
she
it
goes.
again. So 2 things. First one's personal. My new tub and sidewalls are in.
Yay!
It only took 3 months. But they're in.
That's perfect. I love it.
So, that happened today. It was huge. But during this call, I got a text message from my newest team member saying that she is ready with $100 order to place and wants my help putting it in. So she's collected those orders. She's ready to rock and roll.
Nice. Congratulations. That is awesome. That is what it's about. Wow. Wow.
Janae.
Wow. That's good. Janae. 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 She ain't even in front of the thing. She's busy beating one of her kids. Oh my gosh.
All right, Lyle.
Lyle's already talked.
He's gonna share something good, right?
Oh, he did. You just haven't checked your messages. Shh, not allowed to say nothing. Shh, shh, shh. Just stop it. Shh. Can't say nothing. Just say it. Shh. Okay.
Anyway, okay.
Anybody else? Come on. Come on. We're gonna call this thing quits. Come
Andrew.
on. Andrew, what you got, buddy?
I'm just scratching my head.
Are you scratching your head?
But well, since I'm unmuted, yesterday was my 14th Avon anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Congratulations.
I still remember the day, the first day.
Yup. Been a long time coming. I love it though. That's great. That is great. 14 years, man. Man, cannot believe that I've known you that long. That's crazy. Just crazy. Yep, it's crazy, but it's good. All right, everybody, we are going to put this puppy to bed. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
I just messaged a local charity in my community, and when I go to do the donuts and Avon thing, that I'm thinking about doing a fundraiser of this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's got the bug guard, the lotion, bubble bath, and they said they will take any of it for their food pantry type deal thing. So
well, there you go.
I am thinking about doing a breast cancer basket, doing $1 a ticket, and then if they want to purchase,
Andrea, you can't do that. If corporate finds out you're doing that, they're not gonna be happy. You cannot have somebody. You cannot sell tickets for a basket. You can't do that. You can
Okay.
have, you can give stuff away for free, but you would have to do one of the, if you're going to give them a ticket, then you would have to give them a lip balm, something that's equal to that dollar something. You would have to match it. Now, a lot of the different states are different state laws, but Avon's policy says you cannot sell tickets to try to raffle off something. So be very careful with that, my friend, okay?
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
glad
good
to know
idea,
now.
just not with tickets, that's all, just not with that.
I'm glad to know that now. That's kind of why I brought it up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's, there's a way to get around it. But you can't, but yeah, you just can't sell tickets in hopes that they'll get something. They have to get something for the ticket. Okay?
okay. So,
All right.
but they will, like as a fundraiser, I'm gonna do that fundraiser of the raffles, not raffle stuff, to where they can buy the bubble bath, the bug guard, or whatever to donate
Good,
to
let us
the
know in Onward how that goes when you do
Okay.
that, for sure, okay? Miss
Okay.
Linda, you haven't said anything all night. What you got to say? Come on, girl. Miss Linda. Miss
Or Miss
Linda.
Inez.
Miss Linda just trying to, she got to unmute herself. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Linda. Miss Linda. Linda.
Is that it?
She is.
There it
Miss
is.
Linda. We got ya.
I've never done this before. I don't know.
Well, I am so glad that you did it with me. I love it.
I almost didn't even get to the Zoom period, but I kept pushing buttons and it finally happened.
That's what happens. Push the buttons eventually, unless you do. That's good.
Something had to happen, yeah. I'm not sure it follows anything I've been listening to except for the book thing. A couple of months ago, I was beside myself, thinking about what can I do to get rid of my stock and just get out of this business. And I got a phone call and I said hello. And some lady said, "Are you Linda?" And I said, "Yes." And then there was kind of a silence. And then she says, "Do you sell Avon?" I said, "Yes, I do." And she hung up. And then a day later, I got another phone call. "Is this Linda with Avon?" "Yes." "Okay, I'll be right back." And she never came back. Well, 2 days later, an activity director from a place called Bridgewater here in, I live in Glendale, Arizona. Anyway, and she said, "Are you an Avon lady?" And I go, "Yes." And she says, "Well, I have a, she told me it was an assisted living." And I said, "Okay." And she's, "Well, we're having this function and blah, blah. And all my people are wanting an Avon lady."
Wow.
"Oh, really?" I said, "Well, you just found the right girl."
Yeah.
So anyway, long story, I'm trying to make this shorter. So she said, "Well, I'll meet you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock and blah, blah, and we'll discuss what's going on." I said, "Okay." Well, I got there at 9:45 and she had just left. So I didn't have anybody to talk to. And there was a guy there that evidently he's a driver for the residents. And he said, "Well, just come on back here and I'll show you where you're going to be." And I said, "Oh, okay."
Uh-oh.
And he takes me to the activity area and tells me, "You can have this table." And I said, "Okay, I got to go out and get my stuff and bring it in and that." He says, "Yeah." He says, "You better hurry up." And by then I'd already seen 20 people. And I mean, I got in, I went and got my stuff. I was bringing it in like, I was by myself. So I'm bringing it in little at a time. I brought all kinds of perfume and shower gels and hand lotions, et cetera, and so on. But I bundled them all up and made them pretty and everything, and I was trying to set them up and I couldn't even get my tablecloths on after I set down a huge basket full of samples they were just scrambling all over the table. What's this? What's this? Can I have this? Oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it scared me to death. But I'll stop the story there and say that, are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening 100%.
Okay. I finally got well, this was at 9 o'clock in the morning. At 11 o'clock was the very first time I looked up to see that there was a clock, and I had to pee. So there was an older gentleman sitting in a wheelchair, and he says, "You got any of that silicone glove? I was a mechanic and I used to have silicone glove." And I says, "Here." And I gave him one.
Wow.
I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll trade you this if you'll watch my table, because I'm going to the bathroom."
I'm going to the bathroom. There you go. That's a perfect trade-off. Wow. And to think you were thinking about stepping away.
I know. And I walked away with a $200 order off my table, period, and $50 in orders.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
No, you ain't going nowhere. You know you meant for it. You meant for it, girl. You're not going nowhere.
The beautiful thing about it is I walked away from there and I'm like, who were these people? Well, come to find out, finally the activity director is back in, and she called me on Monday morning. "Oh, I heard you were wonderful and everybody loves you and this and that." And she goes on, and she goes, "Will you be available again?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And I says, wow, I told her about my experience, and she goes, "Yeah." She says, "We do have some mental health people here." And I said,
hopefully not.
"Oh, okay. That explains it," because I'll tell you, a lot of them acted like children, literally.
Yeah.
But they were sweet, they were wonderful, and
Hey,
days
they
gone.
were customers. That's
A
awesome.
lot of them were days gone, and they're still ordering. That's the beauty part. I thought it was going to be a one-time deal, but I'm still getting $40, $50 worth of orders every single campaign.
Wow. See,
I mean, that's been
it
4 months
It was
now.
meant for you to be there. And those communities, whether they're senior communities, whether they're active, those are some little gold mines for Avon representatives, because nobody will go in there and talk to the activity directors or whatever. And all it takes is getting your foot in the door with the right person in there. I had so many of those communities up in Maryland, and they are good people, and most of them are living on a budget, and they can only afford certain things. But I will tell you tell them what they can bring, what they can afford, they will buy. They will buy, and you got lifelong and sometimes their family shows up, and then their families buy. So it's crazy. But congratulations on that, Linda. That's wonderful. What a share. I love it.
Well, I'll tell you what's really wonderful is the other day I delivered a lady, and I'm a big hugger. You're always talking about hugging, and I'm a big hugger. And I went to deliver 3 ladies, and the one was right in front of me, and I was taking care of her business. And the other one had shown up and was parked in her wheelchair across the way from me where we were doing business. And so I finished with the one lady, and she turned to leave. And I said, because I said, I've got to get so-and-so, delivered. And she came back, and she's sitting there. And after I delivered the other lady, she drove off, and I said, "You're back." And she goes, "No, you forgot something." And I said, "Well, what did I forget? Everything's in your bag." And she goes, "You forgot my hug."
That's so funny. That's so funny.
But
sometimes that's what they want, for sure. Everybody just needs a little love, little hug. Nothing wrong with that. That's wonderful. And I'm glad you're making all those connections and relationships. That is what it's all about.
Well, it's been a long journey, but I'm
might as well be a little bit longer, right? Might as well
I'm
be
here
longer,
to tell you I'm willing to go forward again. So
love to hear that. Sometimes God shows up in just the right way.
And
That's for
thank you,
sure.
Molly. I've been following you for, oh my goodness, back when you were clear in Maryland, and I never
Yeah.
even heard of the
Yeah,
Formidable
most of
Four
my
when I was
life.
listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maryland. Yeah.
Anyway, I
Yep.
thank
Hey,
you. for
look, if you're
doing
still
this.
hanging around, must be something okay then, if you're still hanging around for sure. Let me tell all of you, a lot of people have had to jump off. I get it. This is always a long call with this many people. Thank you for showing up. Not for me. Thank you for showing up for you. Thank you for showing up for the people that you're sharing with. If you're here and you're not sharing and you're just, you're just like, man, I just need to be with people who know what I'm doing. I'm glad you're
Right.
I give you guys a hard time all the time if you're not talking, if you're not, but the point is, I want you here in your own capacity where you're comfortable. Now, I'm always going to push you to get out of your comfort zone. I'm always going to push you to step outside the box. That's what it's about. But
Yes, it is.
sometimes people, even in a group of 18,000 representatives, sometimes you can still feel alone. So I'm hoping that whether you attend one of these this summer or you attend all of them this summer, I am hoping that it brings you something that you can use in your life or your business, or maybe you can share with somebody else. And I think you guys are doing it for each other. You just needed a place to do it. So I love that. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
So congratulations, all the successes. Congratulations, personal successes, business successes. We are not going to do this in 2 weeks because I will be on my way to convention.
Yeah.
So when I get back, we will do maybe an impromptu one, and I'll just say, hey, let's talk about convention, and we can all jump on and talk about what we learned and what they're doing and what Michael shared, and we will see exactly where we're at that point. Be looking for my live streams, be looking for my posts and Onward, whatever I'm part of, I'll share it for those of you who can't be there. I'm going to encourage you that if you have not signed up for virtual, do it. You can still sign up. Right now, my understanding is you can still get the swag. You won't get it till after convention maybe, but you can still get it. Convention, whether you're in person or whether you are virtual, because for the last few years I have been virtual, it is always worth it. You always feel like you're a part of it. It is something that if you really want to know where the business is going forward, this helps you. So be a part of it. Maybe you get lucky and they'll draw your name if you're virtual and you'll win money or products or bundles or something. But above all, you'll realize that we are definitely the company to be with, you guys. So I love you. Have a safe rest of your week. Go out there and be consistent and be your best self and build relationships, because that's what's going to make this work. Okay. Take care, everybody. Love you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Love you. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Good night,